listening to the Hanging from the Rafters podcast.
I dislike it on a personal level.
I dislike it extremely. I don't hate it, but I dislike it to the point where if you don't stop, I may hit you.
With Chris Rafter.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Why don't you go back to fucking France or wherever the hell you're from?
Yeah.
Pull it out. Let's see it. What are we even fucking doing here?
Austin Rafter.
I can't believe what's happening to me. You ain't going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Bryce Silver.
Ghana herpesipolitis. I got it from this one tramp that I was with. Come on, you idiot. You gotta. What do you mean? Anyway, brother, here's Wonderwall.
And Tim Morris.
Do you think the mimes actually stab people, or do you think they just mime it? Jamie, can you pull up a video of somebody's head being crushed by sonar? That'd be great.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
I guess he was going to smoke us around here fucking for a while.
I still don't know who you're talking about.
We're talking about the guy. He has this video where he's in the middle of like a cornfield or something like that. And he's like, he's got kind of a goofy voice for a big fat dude who's just pulled over on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. But he's like, out here in Amish, smoking fat doinks. And then he just like takes puffs from this fat blunt he has. And then he's just kind of looking around, showing you what's behind him, just corn and a road. And then he's just like fat ass doinks.
He's smoking a blunt and he's calling it doinks.
Calling it doink.
These big doinks, these big fat doinks.
Big fat doinks.
That's like how people start calling fucking things when you're smoking like a blunt or like any weed thing a doink. And then like fucking recently, I found out he died because apparently all like the local, I go to the smokeouts around here. It's just like local weed vendors, and he was like just really big in that whole scene of weed scene in California.
People here love that stuff.
Wait, so why did he die?
Because he felt like it.
He's really fat. I don't know how he died.
He probably died of fatness.
Heart fatness.
Fatness.
Innate
death.
fatness.
Fatness of the heart.
It's just fatness death.
Fatness of the heart. Fatness of the brain. His brain was too fat.
Got a little fat
Too
brain.
much intelligence, maybe. No, he was an idiot. Sorry, guy, for calling you an idiot, even though you can't hear me. If his family's listening right now, and we know they're frequent listeners, I'm very sorry. Anyway, moving on from fattest doinks.
Fat doinks.
Went to Summer Slaughter yesterday. That was pretty cool.
I was there,
Yeah, I mean, you know Summer Slaughter. We've all been to it. You remember that one year that it was
It's a
just
solid 7-second delay.
hey, welcome to the part of the show where we talk about the delay on the Twitch
It's
cam.
like a daily. It's a weekly thing where we talk about it, and we just gotta learn to I've to learn to ignore it now, just because I have to just keep my eyes over this way. Otherwise, I fucking look back at it and I see myself move, and it's like, fucking stop moving, you fat fuck! You look stupid as shit.
For me, it's just entertaining. It's just like trying to count it or try to catch a certain point where you move. And
You're moving. You're
shit.
sitting there moving 1,000, 2 1,000,
3 1,000.
4 1,000.
Guys, you're listening to the Hanging from the Rafters podcast. I'm here with Bryce and my brother.
Who's that? Who's Rafter?
That's me.
Oh.
And that smart ass over there is Bert.
Smart ass piece of shit acting like he hadn't been here before.
Motherfucker.
I went to Summer Slaughter with my girlfriend yesterday, and we've all been to a Summer Slaughter or two. Think of the best one, and this guy was wearing a shirt for it the other day. It was Cannibal Corpse was the headliner. We didn't really stay too long for him.
I remember that one.
Yeah, and BT Bam. And then Veil of Maya and Periphery and Job for a Cowboy and Goat Whore and The Faceless.
Also, your mom was there.
Your mom was there. My mom was there. My mom was smoking fat doinks.
Fucking moshing like a motherfucker.
My mom actually put me to shame in moshing in that pit that night.
She's not.
And I felt bad because I was just drunk trying to use it as
She
an
was the one
excuse.
standing in the middle of the wall of death.
But my mom was lighting blunts in the pit. You smoking it backwards, bro. There you go. And they need a thumbs up. Someone's got a thumbs up.
That'd have been all bad.
I got a thumbs
But so we've been to those, and remember that shit was in the middle of summer. And we're 20-something years old, getting ready to have a good time all day at the,
Wait, are we in the past one? Or
I'm kind of reminding you of the past because I don't know if anybody, we've never talked about Summer Slaughter on here.
Timeline.
Anyway, so all of our favorite bands, if no one knows, all those weird names that I just said were our favorite bands at the times. And so, like, seeing that show was so stacked. And so they had some of them from beforehand, like Between the Buried and Me headlined it. Veil of Maya was also on it. And then, a few others that were not, on it before. But there was some really interesting things that went on. First of all, it's at the UC Theater in Berkeley. Guys, go smoke weed there. They don't care.
Please,
you could
go
smoke it
smoke
indoors
weed.
on the
Is that the
floor.
one we went
Go
to?
smoke it on the floor. It's like the Warfield where they have the front right there,
Yeah.
which is really nice. We saw Whitechapel there too.
That's the one we just
Fantastic.
went and saw Whitechapel.
Yeah, yeah,
That
same
was
place,
really
same
nice.
place. So we went there, and that's cool right out the gate. Cool people and all that stuff. They got the food, they got the drink, everything. But there were some interesting choices this year. So first and foremost, we were really surprised to find that the show not only started an hour late and dropped one of the bands from the tour, Surruption,
Really?
which they were super.
Yeah, I didn't
brutal.
like him anyway.
Are
Fuck
they,
him.
Are they big? Are they big?
Well,
enough
to give you an idea of the light-up, and these are going to be
Why
bands
did
that
they
most
get
people don't-
dropped?
Like, I've never
Visa
heard of
issues. They're from Europe.
Yeah, they
Oh.
had stupid faces.
Fucking
They had dope
European.
basses. Super brutal tech death. Super
European.
heavy band, right? Really good. They belong on Summer Slaughter. A lot of these bands did not belong on there. First was Entheos, David Corporwise band from
Wait, when
Animosity.
did Summer
Yeah.
Slaughter become about tech death?
After
It didn't become about tech death or
2012.
anything,
Thursday?
but it was just supposed to be like super heavy. Summer Slaughter,
Yeah.
But you got bands now on this tour, like Between the Buried and Me headlined it outright this time. Like, that's already pretty weird, especially with their new
Yeah.
Are
music.
they really slaughtery though?
Not
No.
anymore.
They haven't
Not
been
anymore.
for
And they
a
played some heavy
while.
songs, but they were mostly the new ones from like Parallax 2
Yeah.
and
Well,
Coma
even-
Eclectic
that's
and
horseshit.
the
I'd
two
say-
Automatas.
I say even as late
Very
as,
good. They were the best sounding band the whole night, by the way.
Well,
I'd say
of
even
course
as
they
long
do the
ago
best
as
sound.
Colors wasn't very fucking summer like slaughtery.
They
type
played in
sound,
they played Informal
what do
Gluttony,
you think of?
but yeah, I mean they knew it was basically a BT Bam show.
Yeah.
I mean, their
So when
talent
we-
alone they should be there.
That's
but
the way
they're
the
not
metal's
but
slaughtery.
well, the
But you
idea,
remember the show where they played with Cannibal Corpse, right? And how like just
Yeah.
so there was a lot of people there, and all of our friends were there, right? When we went there, it's at 2:00, and Entheos is playing. They're gonna open, and there is nobody. We didn't have to worry about like getting
Jesus.
seats. We went down in the front and watched Entheos like on the floor, like right in the middle. And they were really good. That's Naveen's band. His girlfriend Shani Crabbe sings vocals, and she kills it. She's
Yeah.
amazing. The former guitarist from Scale the Summit plays guitar for the band.
Oh,
And then
shit.
Evan Brewer is normally in the band, but they had a fill-in who was also equally fantastic.
Evan?
But the sound was bad, right?
I know
At
that
first,
guy.
there was no bass. And so there's nobody there. There's no bass. These guys are playing to literally like 10 people on the rails, and then like me and Nikki and like 3 people hanging on the back wall of like the lower, like the hardwood floor pit,
So you and Nikki and then their girlfriends.
and then like all the guys' girlfriends and their parents, and
My mom and
it was kind of sad, but like thinking about it, it's like, whoa, dude, there's nobody here for Summer Slaughter, right? Maybe it'll get better soon. Well, the show ended. The show started an hour late, so it was like 3:30. No one really got there till like 7. But the second band was the best.
Well, because people only, it sounded like people only really wanted to see Born of Osiris, Veil of Maya, and fucking Between the Buried and Me for the most part.
Agreeably
Yeah.
so. Era was also on the bill. They're very much like those two bands, very like breakdowny, and they have some goofy like high pitched singing, but
It's
with some
more-
screaming.
But I think it's more about just that they're newer. Like I haven't heard
Yeah.
of fucking most of those. Like I kind of wish I would have gone just to
A
see
guy
the
I used to
bands,
play
but-
shows with, Brandon Michael. He used to play in a band
Brandon?
called Allegory. I don't know if you remember that. He was the bass player, the big
Yeah.
guy. He played in one of the bands that played yesterday.
No shit.
Allegion, and they were
Oh,
really
yeah, yeah.
good. They actually got the pit
Oh, he
started.
left Algeria to go to Allegion.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so like they were
Next
rocking,
band is
but
Aloysius.
the second
And
band
Alopecia.
was this band called Terror Universal. They had the least merch, even to the opening band Entheos. And
Stop riding
looking
Terror's
at their stuff, it
coattails,
looked like
motherfuckers.
Terror Universal, not Universal Terror. Terror Universal, dude. This was a Slipknot attempt
Oh god.
with
yeah,
like
they've-
Immure style. Like the whole song is just like breakdowns. It sounded like
Wait,
this son of
like
yours.
they're wearing masks?
It's bro. Yes.
Of
Oh
course.
god.
Yes.
Hey, if you were in
I
a metal
can
band and
see-
you
I
wear
can
masks, kill
appreciate-
yourself.
Bro, it was literally
See, I can
all
appreciate
the
it.
songs
Unnecessary.
were just like if it wasn't like a breakdown.
So it's like Mushroom Head.
Yeah, right. And then the guy was actually a really good singer. I'll say that he was actually a really good singer, and their sound was heavy as fuck. Oh, your little mic stand fell off there. Careful. Their Their sound was heavy as fuck. We actually went down to the pit for them just to give them some support because everybody was hating on them because they were a Slipknot cover band style thing.
Yeah.
They weren't a cover band. They looked like it. They did not belong on this tour.
it-
Wait,
I will say
were
that
they
right
all
now.
in like makeup and garb?
They
and-
wore the masks and like jumpsuits.
Was it singing like
Least-
Slipknot? Like
It was
Corey
like
Taylor
trapped
style?
or Slipknot style singing. Yeah.
I feel the air.
Wait.
Yeah.
Were they
yeah.
wearing?
And he was good.
Specifically, like Slipknot.
His screams were
masks,
even better.
or they had their own version of that.
Well, one of them, the guitar player, looked strangely like Mick Thompson or Corey Taylor for the singer.
See, I can appreciate the mask thing. Like, there's a kid I went to high school with who plays in a black metal band, and they all wear the like fucking
The makeup.
It's almost like cake,
Corpse
like
paint.
the black. It's not.
Oh, the
corpse paint,
armor.
The black like KKK fucking robes, where it's like
Ooh.
it's
Whoa.
all it's like
What?
not KKK, but I mean like it's the really straight hood with
Oh,
a robe, but it's all
the
black.
black hood.
It's straight black. So
Yeah.
they're all wearing that while they're playing black metal.
That's
and
still
so-
very KK-ish,
You
Kinda.
can't be
Well,
black.
actually, no, because
It's because it looks scary, huh?
especially
the leader of the like. Have you ever seen that one? I remember from
especially with
what was it
black
called?
metal. There's a lot of very racist black
There
metal
are.
I remember,
bands.
Marduk.
I remember from Da Vinci's Code. Remember at the beginning, he does that thing where it's like, "Who is this? What does this picture think of?" It looks like a KKK. Everyone's like, "Racism, KKK." He pulls back. He's like, "Actually, Spanish priests because they wear robes like that, and the leader wears a black one."
Yep.
And that's where that originated. They fucking Spanish.
Please, it's
the
an
priests would wear
African-American
that
one.
shit.
It's an African American robe, okay? Don't be
For God's
racist.
sake.
Y'all being racist.
You guys are being
This is not
racist.
the KKK hour. That's after this.
So this band's
That's
funny.
Tim's
We went
show.
down there to the main pit just to kind of give them support. Like we felt bad. There's people like, oh my god, you could hear them like scoffing. So we went down to the main area just to hear it. And this guy's double kick, his kick drum, was mic'd in a way that was so fucking loud that we went down like right in front of it. And Nikki was like, oh my god,
Hitting your
I could
chest.
feel it's hard too, like really like unbearably hard. We had to leave. But like Nikki, was like, I feel like
attack.
So we made fun of it. We were like, dude, this is like the anime meme with the butterfly, and it's like this guy's double bass. Is this a heart attack? Dude, it was just like, da, 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 da.
Is this stroke?
It was either like breakdown, like I said, breakdown beat, da 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 da, or like da 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 da.
Well, that
There
was-
was no other beats.
That was Lamb of God.
How did it go?
When we saw them live,
Da, 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 da.
we went up pretty close, and so fucking who's their drummer?
Chris Adler.
Chris
Yeah.
Adler's fucking. His double bass is fucking running that like. It's
Super
it's
clicky.
fucking hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
chest.
But
It's
the
like
difference
thun,
is
thun, 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 thun,
Lamb of
thun,
God's a good band,
like,
and
like-
Chris
They're doing it on
Adler
purpose.
is an amazing
Yeah.
Well,
fucking
like,
drummer.
Think about like the double bass for Omerta. That did it,
Yeah.
get it, and like it's like that attack to your heart, that did it, it's like oh that hurts.
It was
Yeah.
like the most basic style of music. Like I said, it was like
Basic
my
ass
first.
bitch.
It was my first metalcore band. That's what it sounded like to me. But the breakdowns were heavy as
Oh, yeah.
shit. What made the band mostly enjoyable was going back up after we couldn't handle the double bass. And there's this like 10-year-old girl. I didn't realize it until Nikki pointed it out. Right in front of us, we're standing
And
behind
she
these
is
people.
throwing down, motherfucker.
Bro, she's like in her chair.
She kicked me in my
and
face.
she knows some of the
a
words.
wheelchair? That's sad.
She knows
Oh,
some of the no
Jesus.
wheelchair.
Jesus.
You kicked her ass?
Nope.
I told her to get out.
She knows some
cripple.
of the words to this goofy band, and we're laughing
She's a
super
big
hard.
fan.
We're laughing super hard because one of the things this guy said in as like a verse was like "fuck the world," was part of the verse,
No.
And this little girl right after that verse came, she was like doing the lyrics to her parents, whatever.
Oh,
and it's like
God.
she's in her room, she's in her room tonight, like reminiscing about seeing that band. I came here for just Terror Universal. They never come around because no one cares,
Mom,
right?
you have to go to the concert with me so you could see the
Yeah.
Satan.
So I
Yeah.
can get
Hail
in.
Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hey.
You're like, oh my god, your band's terrible. And then they hear like Entheos or one of the other bands are like, oh my god, it gets worse.
I'd like to
I
think-
cannot believe this.
I'd like to think that was their parents' first band, so the whole drive back, their parents are like, "You are not listening to that music.
not another
no more of these
word."
shows. None of this
I think that
ever
was the
again."
Antichrist thing.
Bro,
Realistically, though, her parents probably got her into the fucking band.
Yeah,
more than likely, or in metal of some way. And
Well,
I'm not going
well,
to get
Did
mad
they
at a
look
little
like
kid.
metal
could be a
parents?
family member.
A little bit, yeah. They had
Yeah.
piercings and a few tattoos.
So they're cool
Yeah.
cats.
Yeah, they were cool.
I remember we went to that one
Well,
little
not
show.
because they listened to Terror
To
Universal.
Terror Universal, dude, they sucked, man. Like they were entertaining.
Were they really bad? Like fucking-
No, but the guy made the mistake, dude. He made the mistake. There was nobody there, right? And Entheos, it's a chick singer, and she sounds like a fucking man. She is killing it. I mean, in a way like no other. It's the drummer's like girlfriend.
the fucking.
Her name's Cheney Krabs. She tried out for Veil of Maya and they turned her
got
down.
crabs?
She got crabs apparently. I don't know. Cheney, if you're listening out there, apparently you have crabs.
You got the
you should do
crabs.
something about it and think about it. And
You should be on our show.
You should be on our show and
Let
tell
me
us how
hear
you
it.
have crabs.
Let's see you on You Sing, and you sing good.
You sing and you sing good. But, like, she was throwing down, and she is an amazing vocalist. And, like, this guy was actually a really good vocalist, too. His band is very, like, standard. It's not impressive. And they didn't belong on the Summer Slaughter tour. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be bands that were like, just here's a chance. Like,
Well, it's kind of a dying
what if that was you?
art form.
I'd be happy to be on it, but this guy went as far to be like, hey, Summer Slaughter tour, you guys ready to make history? Everybody's like, woo. and he goes,
all
he
10
goes-
people standing
he goes,
in front.
Yeah, bro, he goes, because you're about to go down in history as the weakest fucking crowd of the Summer Slaughter tour.
Did he really
Oh,
say
nice.
Yeah, out loud, bro. And I was just like,
Gas.
ooh, shit. I was,
Oh, you should have gone, woo!
I clapped a little bit.
Weak. Everyone, come on, guys. Weak. All right,
I didn't want to be like that, dude. Like, he's already digging
Fuck
himself
you.
a hole, and he's like, come on, dude, do
can
something,
help him
fucking
bury
bang
it.
your heads. Bang your fucking heads, right? So, like, this little girl, like, after hearing that, I was like, dude, okay, we got to get the fuck away from this guy. Like, seeing her at least enjoy it and, like, kind of feel for her, like, hey, maybe she came specifically for this band.
Yeah.
I let it
She had
entertain
fun.
me.
She had
It was a
fun,
very
yeah.
We had
basic,
fun.
dude. This is the kind of metal you show to your kids because they don't know how to interpret metal just yet. Like, oh, I'm going to show them Arcspire or the Faceless. Like, oh, that's a really good decision. They're totally going to understand it.
Yeah, especially with the
Hey,
fucking
if my kid doesn't
faceless
understand
raping
he's
people.
My
gonna-
kids like the Wiggles.
If my 5-year-old is listening to the Faceless, like, he's going to be the coolest kid in school.
If my kids listen to the
5-year-old
Faceless,
or the
I'm letting
devil.
them determine what we listen to on the radio.
Man, this kid's got good taste. I like him.
If my 5-year-old doesn't understand the faceless, I'm fucking retarded.
That's so
He's
many
getting a
Fs.
beating.
My
Fucking faceless,
faceless
dude.
5-year-old didn't understand the fancy faceless 5-year-olds.
Faceless fucking metal, dude.
Yo, my name. All right.
All right, dude. Yeah, the sets got off real slow.
The sex,
But the sex really got off real slow, man.
I hate when that
By the
happens.
time Allergion played at like 4:30 or maybe 5 o'clock, people started kind of like pushing each other around. There was this fucking guy wearing a tie-dye shirt
What a fucking guy.
and his homie. This guy was on one, dude.
Yeah.
This guy was on one for like at least 5 bands straight. He, as Nikki described it, was leading a cult. He was headbanging, holding the rail, headbanging so fucking hard. I mean, just going heavy the whole
full
set.
on
He's
CT.
into it, yeah.
I mean, like he has given himself a concussion. He's like, squatting down and headbanging.
couldn't
Like, just
read
all
at the end
he
of
was
the show.
loving life, dude. He was just exploding with
He was
energy.
probably just having a fucking seizure the whole time.
He probably was. Probably too much
You're all,
meth.
this guy's badass.
He's probably too much
having
of
a
meth
seizure.
or
Help
PCP.
me! Help me!
I can't stop this.
Get this man some water.
Having like a very controlled seizure that just was like headbanging everyone. Like that dude was fucking getting
Dude,
it for
he's
5 minutes.
fucking metal
and like
as shit.
find out at the end of the night
Until he
ended
had
up in
that heart attack.
He
and
wouldn't
died.
say anything except the lights, the lights.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ,
kept
I
shouting-
see it.
He kept shouting outside an ambulance for some reason. I don't know what the hell. I guess he just thinks
Because
that's.
the show is that
He's
brutal.
so fucking metal, dude.
I
He's
guess he
like,
thought
we're
that
gonna
was the
need that later.
lyrics.
When later asked, he felt like he was going through a metal earthquake and he was holding on to the barricade for dear life.
medicine! Medicine!
Need medicine.
I need medicine!
This guy needed his medicine. This man was
Wait,
going on.
Jared.
Oh, we got someone calling.
Jared,
What are you doing?
we're recording a podcast and you're on it right now.
Oh, right on. What's
This is Chris, by the way, not Austin.
What's up, Big Chris?
What's up?
Everybody else on the podcast?
What up, big perm? I'm a big worm.
How's it going?
Dang, I had good timing. I wanted to see what you guys were doing tonight, but clearly you're recording a podcast. I'm trying to get out of the house and go do something fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna text you my address and you're gonna come over and do the second half of the podcast.
Problem is this is not fun.
Fucking car, bruh.
All right, I'm doing it right now.
Doing it.
Hey, come back.
Are you fucked up, man? Get fucked up, man.
Get fucked up, man.
Hit us up.
Bubbajaredequite. Shout out.
Huh?
Send him the address.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
Jesse, please.
I don't know why I did that in the microphone. They can hear me.
Yeah, that Terra Universal band was redonkulous. That was Bubbajaredequite,
So,
That was
everybody.
Bubbajaredequite
Was
live.
it singing like Corey Taylor?
He had some good singing parts, but they were ridiculously lame. The darkness is all I have to see. It was like if South Park was
Oh,
singing a
God.
generic song.
God.
And like, but you know what? He was hitting ranges on his singing. Even better,
He was killing it.
His screaming was on point.
Yeah,
I'm
hey,
not even joking.
You know what you guys should
High
do?
pitched,
Maybe
low
be-
pitched. He was practiced. He was good. The problem is their music was very, very basic. And like they were going for Slipknot, and they were lame as shit. Yeah,
metal generator,
lame as shit
system.
lyrics. He needs to get a little more profound. That shit was boring as fuck.
See, I feel like you have to be some sort of fucking self-righteous or kind of like really self-important. I don't really know like define it. To be a lyricist of any band, you really have to be a little full of yourself, I guess, to be able to not to be able to write lyrics. Every time, like when I was a kid, and
you can learn things like iambic pentameter and crap like that, where you learn rhythm to writing.
See, that's probably where like I misunderstand, but like it's probably, I always just feel like when I was a kid and I fucking first started getting metal, and you're fucking I fucking hate my parents and I hate the world. I'm gonna write some metal lyrics. And you start writing like you write 2 lines like I'm such a fucking douchebag.
I can never like singing aside. I could never be like a singer because just writing that kind of shit down, like this is the goofiest shit. I am such a fucking jack. I would just like the whole time just be like looking at myself like, really, dude? The darkness in your heart? Go fuck yourself.
How do you not feel like such a fake asshole? That's where like fucking like.
If I saw myself, I'd beat myself up.
Trent Reznor or like fucking Kurt Cobain, like the whole time, rape me. I would feel like such a fucking douchebag writing those lyrics. As soon as I started
any
writing,
music
like,
made
get rid
now,
of this, fucking throw that away.
Basically, anything the hipsters listen to.
It probably started out in his like teenage years, and he thought it was actually like this shit.
Yeah,
and then it just like the time goes on. He's like, well, I can't change it now because this is what we're known for. I'm just gonna write like a douchebag, whatever. I'm gonna throw some dice with some words on it. Darkness, heart,
bro.
Hate.
They also probably get like I feel like they probably just get unlimited support from their friends, where their friends are just like blindly.
No, hey, they had
them.
money, bro. They
Whereas,
had nice equipment.
Whereas like unlike fucking
no cabs, they were completely. Almost all the bands after them were nearly completely digital.
Like
I mean, that's the cheaper way to go now.
Yeah, like everybody from Era onward had no cabinets or anything on stage.
Yeah,
it was all just direct in. But with a name like Terror Universal, they were exactly what I thought they'd be. Hate to say it, guys. Terror Universal, if you're listening right now, I want to shout you out. You called San Francisco or Berkeley out for being a bunch of shitheads, for sucking at metal. And frankly, first of all, Berkeley, you do suck at metal.
Get better.
But your band did not belong on Summer Slaughter Tour, and I hope you had a really good time because it's.
So when do they start Terror University?
Yeah,
where they teach people how to suck at metal.
Make sure you bring people in and teach them how to play metal like you do.
Improper.
They sounded like a Muir if they wanted to be Slipknot.
There's a moshing and hardcore and dick moshing classes.
Or Attila.
We're gonna have a circle around the class. You're gonna walk around the class, just bang people in the face until you get punched in your face.
Find the first guy who looks like he doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
What's this guy even doing here? Go ahead and hit that guy.
Hit him.
Because he's going to attack you because he doesn't understand how this all works. He's like, that guy fucking hit me.
That or find a 40-year-old man and his wife who are here
to
watch
chew,
their son
faggot?
And fucking go sock them in their faces and then get mad when the security fucking
pulling
flips
their
you
ass up.
over because you're an asshole.
There was a dude who got kicked out last night during BT Bam who was like trying to hardcore dance. And he was one of those kids that walked through during like one of the blues parts in Disease, Injury, Madness, which they played. Fantastic, by the way. And it was like the cooler parts. And he's walking through the pit like getting ready to pop off for some reason. And that's not happening for at least another minute and a half or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, you hear him at one part right when he gets quiet enough, he goes, fuck! Like super loud, and it's just like he like punches into his hand.
He's hella ready.
Wow,
for it
dude,
too
you're
much.
really tough.
Oh,
like
God.
all the other people are waiting to mosh here, and the rest of them are like kind of dancing all cool with each other because they took a bunch of drugs or they even then
Or they're
BT
just
Bam fans are
drunk.
weird.
They're just drunk or something.
They're drunk. Everybody's drunk dancing to BT Bam. Why would you not?
Honestly,
We painted our bodies for that shit.
I feel the same way about any fucking like hardcore dancer kids that do that same walk.
Hey,
I don't care how fucking like heavy the music is, dude. Like,
settle
you're
the
not
fuck
that
down.
cool,
They're
dude.
not that
Douchebags
tough.
who used to walk back and forth across the pick'em.
yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what he was doing.
Hand
That's
and
exactly what he was
fist,
doing.
just
He
constantly.
like threw his fist into his hand like that. Like he like brought it down into his palm. Like
one of my
catches
Favorite
it.
badass.
One of
dude.
my
He was
favorite,
so
like,
cool.
I want to
dude.
be him when I grow up.
He pushed on me a couple of times, and like I wasn't
Got a
trying
long
to
ways
like,
to
hurt
go,
anybody. I was
Raptor.
trying to keep him
One
flowing.
day.
Yeah, I didn't stay low enough, so I mostly stepped on people's feet the whole night. But I was trying to let everybody mosh and do their thing. Watch BT Bam,
Have some
and this guy
fun.
just kept coming through and like elbowing you. and stuff like that.
douchebag.
And it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, you're getting a solid kick.
Yeah,
You're
No, he
getting
got
a flying
he
faggot.
legit got kicked out. Like I tried to, he got pushed into me. I caught him, and I was like setting him, like just kind of tapping him on the back, and he elbowed at me, and so I just kind of gave him like a flick at the ear, like trying to let him know he had gauges.
Were you coming on to him, or were you?
No, I like slapped
And then
at
I-
it,
and
like to
then
hit
I-
him in the back of the neck.
And then I breathed really like. into his
and then
back
I
of his
and then I
neck.
caressed
Oh my
his,
God.
And then
and
I
then I-
grabbed his dick.
I embraced his hip.
I blew on the
and
back of his neck really
blew on the back of his
softly.
neck.
I whispered sweet nothings into his ear.
I said, "Honey,
You
you're the
want to
one
get
for
out
me.
of here?
Let's
You
get
wanna-
out of here.
Hey, let's ditch this metal show.
This is boring. You want to get out of
I
here?
like
know
it
you.
rough.
I don't know you.
Hey, you wanna go like release our aggression somewhere else? Maybe at like my place.
I heard my favorite like fucking hardcore fucking pit at the old at a show was one of those kids. I don't remember exactly who, but they're fucking walking across back and forth, doing the slapping their hands and they're fucking
Oh
fist into
yeah,
a
tough
hand.
kids, man.
Got the whole like they're
Like
trying
he
to
has
get
to
they're
sneeze?
trying to get the
Ugly
frown
face.
as frowny as fucking physically possible.
Yeah, they're
get
trying to
it
get like
down
Randy
to
the
their
Macho Man
chin.
Savage necks.
They're trying to get their frown down to their
Yeah.
chin if possible. And fucking, I forgot that earlier that night he had punched some kid in his head.
Beautiful.
And that kid had
Like a man.
friends. And fucking, so he's walking through. And then like the breakdown happens, and immediately someone flies from the edge of the pit, like Superman punches him square into his temple. And like he didn't go down, but he fucking like
killed
wobbled.
him.
I could have killed the shit out of him for sure. But fucking he wobbled a little, and then like got back up looking around. Fucking person who hits him gone. Nothing's really happening.
Of course,
He's
'cause
like,
they're
what
a
the
pussy.
fuck?
Well,
Like,
that isn't that what happened with that one guy that came flying into my drum set on that one show? He was being a douchebag, and somebody
Oh,
came
yeah.
up and fucking pushed him.
They
into
like
JG.
they like yeah. It was funny because like JG's doing vocals. Dude, I got remember the mental frame that I saw. It was perfect. JG's like to your right on a small stage that's like 3-4 feet shallow from your feet, and like JG's singing, and like this guy gets like shoved his back into JG's stomach, and JG doesn't change like anything with his upper body. His feet just kind of go like 45-degree diagonal, and he's like sitting on Bert's drum set and leans back like
God.
into Bert while he's
Yeah.
doing all this crazy shit on it. And like the
That's
whole
so
drum
fucking
kit like
metal.
leans
Dude, like the
in.
toms were like
Yeah.
up in my chest, and I'm sitting there like I was on a part where I was rolling across.
And you
them,
played through because you're a
fuck.
goddamn professional.
You're goddamn
fucking
right.
Dude, JG got lifted, dude. Like his feet were, like I said, 45-degree angle, but his like upper body didn't change at all. It was like a
oh
cartoon.
god.
It was just like his feet just left the ground just a little bit, like a cartoon, right into the drum kit. Fucking yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
dude. It was just ridiculous. It was all the good thing, and I'm just watching this, like, oh, I'm glad this didn't happen to me.
Yeah, I had no clue what was happening until it was like all there, because I was like looking down, focusing on what I was doing. All of a sudden, boom! I was like, "Oh fuck, what the hell's
Jesus
going
Christ.
on?"
Boom.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
I got some crackle out of
Got
that.
some crackle.
That's okay.
Snap,
They don't hear the
crackle.
crackle,
Snap,
just
crackle,
you.
pop.
Oh, good.
So after Allegion played, Agony Scene played. Agony Scene was a band
Oh
that
yeah.
we
I
used to
thought
have
they
like,
were dead. All right.
I remember
we used
that
to have
band.
like 3 to 5 songs. We used to have like 3 to 5 songs from them on like our iPod,
Yeah.
Evan and Given, because they were never really popular. We just used to download a bunch of shit off MySpace. Remember?
Yeah. When you can
Because it was
still
so
download
easy. Agony
people's
Scene.
music.
They're like a
Like a Napster.
They're like
I
Red
had so much
Chord.
local music. It's ridiculous.
They're like Red Chord.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you, like we were questioning. Like first of all, this is a common occurrence for the rest of the night from this band onward. They could not figure out like whoever's sound, somebody's sound, right? Like for this band, they couldn't figure out one of the guitar players, I guess. And then for Vela Maya, they couldn't figure out the guitar player. You know, like they
God.
and you know how I knew it was when they played a sample from one of the songs they were going to play. Like it was like his guitar for the right side speaker basically.
Yeah.
And he's playing on the left maybe, you know, live, but they have a recording of the other one because he's one guitar player and they have harmonies and shit. So we're hearing stuff that it's later going to be played tonight, and it's like that's how you know they fucked up. And then
really?
later for Born of Osiris, my friend got a set list from them.
hot dog.
My friend got a set list from them, and I looked at the set list, and Brace Legs is the last song, but there's 4 other songs after it. Their keyboard, they couldn't get the keyboard figured out. BT Bam was after, from those bands, BT Bam after that.
That's why that keyboardist is a
completely
fucking
fine.
douchebag.
Oh, really?
I can't
Of course,
stand
they-
that.
I don't
guy.
like him either.
They can't fuck around with
Do you know him
No,
personally?
BT Bam had it down on lock.
Oh,
They're not gonna
I've
fuck around with
just
their
I've
headliner.
Well, seeing him live for
Oh.
one, but also I've heard all kinds of stories about the
Yeah,
dude.
Born of Osiris.
He's
Oh,
a dick.
really?
They had a guitar player
He's
at
like
one
a
point.
well-known.
I like
dick.
them as a band, but I've never heard about them as people.
I don't know how much truth there is to it, but from what I remember is that they had a guitar player at one time on the Higher Place album, and then after
Oh, damn, it's a good.
he also
album.
played in Veil of Maya at one point.
That was, I think, their best album.
it was one of them at least after New Rain.
No, I'm sorry. New Rain.
New
was
Rain's
my
the best
favorite.
one.
That
I like
was the
they
best.
remastered it as the Eternal Rain, by the way. And
I sounded like shit.
They played Brace Legs and Bow Down. They were going to play Empires Erased and Abstract Art,
What?
but they couldn't play. They couldn't play those songs because they fucked up with the keyboard.
Because Jesus loves
Crawlback.
Yeah.
Crawback's my favorite.
They didn't play it, dude. They played
bummed.
Pillars. They played Pillars and We Bow When It's Aura.
It's
Those
the
two.
Crawback.
It's the
fucking-
intro, it's
the
Wounds.
Crawback end breakdown. The
You
gotta crawl back. That fucking one.
back
From the line. That fucking yeah. That one fucking is shit gets me. And then from the
They didn't play. They played two songs from that. They opened with Pillars, which is that other breakdown that sounds like the intro.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking heavy as shit, dude. Sorry. Heavy as shit live, dude. They came with that one and then the one that comes after it. Those are the only two songs they played from The Common Man's Collapse.
God
They didn't
damn
play
it.
any from id or whatever. I wanted them to play Unbreakable, but they didn't, and they didn't play any of the other ones. They played two from Matriarch, one from Eclipse,
I've actually really
and
started
then
to
two
like
from
that
the new
album
CD.
a lot.
Which one, Eclipse or
Matriarch.
Matriarch's good. I hate the singer, dude.
I don't really care for the singing either, but the music
the same.
is fucking
It's
sick.
the same bullshit over and over
Is it
again.
a lot of like singing?
The worst
or-
part is that
I-
him and the guy from Era that they sing the same way, and they're playing the same show last night.
So-
yeah, and it's super fucking. It's like, the worst part is to me, they both sound like Periphery. I showed
Yeah.
Nikki Periphery today.
I love Periphery.
Jetpacks
I
were
like
a yes.
Periphery.
I love Periphery. They're
Yeah.
fantastic. All these bands are really good, but I don't care about singers to begin with. So like when you have like a singer that's actually really going for it like that, it's like, dude, you all sound the same. I guess it's like an acceptance
And
you have to have like metal singing
From
though,
what
like,
I
like
have
death metal vocals.
seen, is Era is not good live.
They're great
I've
live
never heard-
actually.
The
See,
vocalist.
I don't
Yeah,
know
he's
fuck-
fine. He was great last
Really?
night.
I don't
Yeah, he
know
was great
fucking
last
From the
night.
videos I've seen,
I
the
don't
music
fucking
was
know.
good, but the
There have been times where he cracks or something like that.
Yeah.
But last night he did a fantastic job.
I don't fucking know
Yeah.
any of these metal.
I mean,
bands.
I agree
like
with you.
Era.
No,
I
I've
like
seen
the
him.
band.
I've seen him fuck up. I've seen him
Yeah.
fuck up.
I'm so out of the fucking that scene. Like I don't fucking know any of these metal bands
Yeah,
anymore.
ERRA Era. They're a
That
good
shit,
band.
all of these.
We've
most
seen
of
them
these
only
bands, I'm like,
inadvertently.
never heard of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was just mentioning how we've seen them play with the contortionist. She's like, "Have we?" And then it's like, "Yeah, that's the guitarist on the left side." You know, you'll notice like he sings like the guy from Periphery. You know, and he sings like the guy from Veil of Maya now.
I found out recently, not too recently, but fucking, we went to that fucking Arsonist Guild of the Girls reunion show where they had the first
Oh,
two
yeah.
singers.
Oh,
Okay.
And
shit.
Yeah. A
When
few years
was
ago.
that?
A couple years ago
Not even that long, like a fucking maybe a year at most ago.
for Game of Life, wasn't it?
6 months ago at most. Yeah.
No, it was not 6 months ago, bro.
A
Was it
year
all the
max?
original?
It
More than
wasn't-
that.
it
It's got to be.
wasn't
It's
too-
got to be a year and a half or
It
so.
wasn't too because I
been
started.
a while.
I started going to the smokehouse I go to where Parham goes to.
Okay, I see.
That's where like I fucking told him about the show, and I started going to this about a year ago, maybe even less. But I told him about going to that show, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck those guys." I was like, "Why? I love the band." He's like, "Yeah, they kept calling us Spicks, fucking, because we were one night, because fucking, they're probably." I don't know. He's fucking. They're that whole group is probably fucking around at some point. But
Yeah.
I guess they fucking sat there and
Fucking-
called them Spicks to their face. Yeah, fucking.
Oh, is that
fuck.
Spix? Jesus.
Spicks to their face.
That's
Like,
fucked up.
yeah.
That's bad.
That's where like I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. That's
That'll get you in trouble.
That's no bueno.
That's also a great name for a band. Spicks to your face.
Spix your
Spix
face.
to your
Ooh,
face.
man. Spick and span.
It
Where do you
sounds
think it came from?
it sounds like
It's bad.
it sounds like an '80s band.
Bad for you.
Like before, like fucking those names were not okay. God damn, with the fuckings, I can't stop.
You can't stop
I'm
saying
trying
fucking.
to stop too.
No, you don't got it. You don't even got it right now. You
We'll
still
do
keep
that.
saying
I'll
fucking.
just physically count so you can actually.
It's gonna be like 400 fucking things.
I don't
Yep.
have that many fingers.
It'll
so
be
I'll
like
stop
fucking
at 10.
400
You're
fucking
just
things,
gonna
dude.
keep
like they're
going
fucking
like
real.
fucking all day.
525,600 fucking man.
Or better yet, well, all of us will just say fucking every time you say fucking.
We've talked about it. It's my fucking
fucking.
It's my I want to say fucking again.
Fucking. If you just say it'll be better.
It's because I use it to replace us.
Yeah.
I feel like an asshole saying with a 30-second long.
We have talked about this before on the podcast too. But
I
by the way,
didn't know I was there for that.
quick refresher: if you're not a fucking idiot,
I said it before. It's my Sam Jackson motherfucker. He said he started saying motherfucker to replace his us because he would say it too often.
Motherfucking cat.
Motherfucking, is that a motherfucking goddamn motherfucking? Like,
just replace it with swear words until you figure out what you're trying to say.
and so, yeah, it's just fucking until I replace my.
It's just
until I figure out
fucking.
the
I
word.
gotta say something.
I'm just fucking.
Fucking till you're rocking.
Just butt fucking. Butt fucking. I love
Butt
saying that
fucking.
when people say that, with like butt fucking, butt fucking. Like,
Butt
pointing it out.
fucking. Butt fucking was a yes. You got that one right there on lock. But yeah, Summer Slaughter was actually kind of dead yesterday. Everybody got there after work, which, I mean, you know, when we were like 20.
I bet most of the
people were-
motherfuckers there were like older.
Yeah.
I feel like the metal scene is just dead now.
There was a couple young kids in the pit. There was like a teen, maybe like a 13, 14-year-old kid. And he was having a good time. And like people were dancing and they were letting him dance. People were moshing and like they wouldn't knock him down, but they like give him a couple shoves and like he'd give him a shove and get his few in
And a hug.
Yeah, and a hug. No, for real, dude. They love this kid because he was like a
And they're
13-year-old
making
kid
out.
listening to BT Bam having a good time.
Yeah.
But that dude who was fucking, I'm telling you, he was leading a cult at one point in that fucking pit. He was just hanging
Cult
on that
personality.
barricade. And they got people like this guy who tried to crowd surf and he literally just like tried to jump on some people and they all just moved. It was great. Fall on the ground because you're a jackass.
Fall on the ground.
Fall on the ground, the metal band. But yeah, then Veil of Maya, Born of Osiris, and BT Bam played, and all was good in the world.
And all was right.
Yeah, even though Born of Osiris fucked up on
God
their
bless
shit.
America and God bless Born of Osiris.
God bless them. God bless BT Bam. They had their families with them. We saw that we hung out and smoked weed in front of their van.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah.
I remember we saw.
They weren't there like hanging out with us. We just smoked weed in
I
front of
remember-
it.
Oh, you
when
were just near
and
it.
they would come out and we would move away so that we didn't offend them with our weed smoke.
No, we saw Dusty blow
Get
a head
off my
in that
porch.
dude's mouth. Or me and Will did.
They have their family with them on this tour.
Yeah,
see,
they
see.
are family.
Yeah, and you know that because they're in fucking Berkeley. They're not in
They
North Carolina.
are family.
Yeah.
Do they have all their
Tommy
sisters
had
and
his
names?
family, and Paul had at least his wife. I think he has a kid, if not a daughter.
Paula?
Paula,
Paula
yeah.
Abdul.
His daughter Paula. But yeah, and then we saw Dan. It was funny. I was like, hey, man, excited for your set tonight? And he just goes, thank you.
I don't like you.
Kind of like the guy from Rick and Morty.
Have you,
Yes.
Have you asked
Yeah,
about the BT
yes.
BT Bam wishes?
Nope, afraid to do that again. And he might not even remember. And I hope he doesn't.
I doubt it. There's a lot of people who make stupid jokes.
We had a great time. One time, you guys were nice enough, Bert and John were nice enough to give us tickets to the BT Bam show. I don't know if you guys Rafters were there, but Kirby and Daniel were there, and Jonathan was there, and I think Anthony and maybe a few
Is
others.
that the one where his glasses got broken? Into his
No,
face?
no, that was at Slim's. That was a good show. That was a badass show.
Oh shit!
I was there. I was
Yeah,
at
yeah, that was a
was
good one. We
crazy.
dropped for a
Wait,
cowboy
whose-
and
was
shit.
it whose
Yeah.
glass?
No,
Your
it was
glass?
Anthony's.
Oh,
Yeah,
Anthony.
I
Anthony.
just saw like he
I just
turned
want-
around and they're like stuck to his face like this, and he's like
He's like,
running out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his girlfriend Caitlin at the
Oh,
time
didn't
just
it
runs up and just rips
Pulled
him
him
off
out, and
his
he started
face.
bleeding
Didn't it cut
everywhere.
his face? Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had a big hole, like gash.
I
right
remember
there.
he had to go to the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
and
Yep.
that was
And he was
fucked.
stuck there all night.
His night was
metal.
ruined,
Yeah.
like right when BT Bam was about to play, or like just as they started playing. Even they didn't even finish.
No, wasn't that before that? I think
Something like that.
I don't even think BT Bam was on. It was like Job for a Cowboy or something.
Something like that. But either way, yeah, it was Job for a Cowboy. They played first, and then the Cephalic Carnage opened, but we missed them because we were drinking in the parking lot. We got fucked up.
Idiots.
It was great.
Costco parking lot.
Costco
drinking
parking
it.
lot. What? San
Shout out
Francisco,
to
Howard
the Costco
Street
parking lot.
at the 80.
Your
No, we were
city's-
getting pizza.
San Francisco, your city
Whatever.
smells like farts.
Your city smells like shit, and no one likes it. Thanks for the music, bitch.
Hey, who is Bebe Farm?
Bebe Farm.
This biatch.
Announce
hey,
your name
motherfucker, come
and
get
occupation.
some motherfucking cocksucker motherfucker.
Wait,
I got
are we
your
live?
bullshit.
Yeah, we're coming at you
Always
live with the
live.
biggest,
Oh,
fattest
shit.
joint.
Smoking
we're
them
live on
Endos
like
flavors.
we're on YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope.
Yep.
So if I look like a fucking retard, there's no fixing that. It's
Well,
just-
I mean,
it's all
No,
out
it's
there.
on.
it's
It's on the
natural.
internet.
You're born that way.
Huh.
You agreed to this
my
by
boobies are hanging
sitting
out,
right
my
there
man
when there's
titties are
a.
hanging out. Look at
Austin's
this.
tits been out this whole show.
We all have tits
That's
on this
Hey,
whole
Bebe
show.
Farm, what do you think about Austin's
Hey,
tits?
baby.
But anyway, at this like Oakland show, Bert was nice enough to get us some tickets on the way in, and we had the opportunity to talk to Dusty, one of the guitar players in Between the Buried and Me, who played yesterday. But they wouldn't remember this, I'm sure. But he told us a story, and whether it was true or not, I don't give a shit. He talks about how he just got a new pedal for his rig or whatever, because there's always at some point in the set, at some show, where a beer gets thrown and it hits his pedal and it breaks it, and it costs like $1,000.
That's
you know what I mean?
fucked.
It's his controller for all of his guitar sounds, right? And so he talks about the one time he got back. He was like, it was the off season for BT Bam. Like I was playing in a bluegrass band that like regulars at a bar in Tennessee, and it's a fat ass bar, like huge, like saddle rack huge.
A lot of fat people.
And the owner is a belligerent, drunken alcoholic.
And he's fat.
And he's fat.
And he's fat.
Ew.
And he gets one night when they're playing there at their residency. There's like this just a shit ton of people, and this guy gets wasted and is on the PA while they're playing, and is like yelling shit into the microphone, yelling deals, yelling all kinds of crap while they're playing. And then like later he comes out and he fucking has this gas powered weed whacker, but instead of like, you know how I have like the little bars for the clips for the actual zip tie things.
Oh, you did this the fucking
the
toilet
dildo
paper
story.
thing? Oh, the dildo
Dude,
one.
this guy had
Toilet paper
dildos
was a
on
message
either
to
end.
the
He
kid.
managed to get like extensions or some shit enough to hold them on, just enough, right? And it's a fucking gas powered weed whacker. So
He's an
this thing is
engineer.
going fast, and he's like screaming into the PA. This thing's going during the set, loud ass gas engine on a weed whacker. These things are flopping in a circle, just fucking blah, 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 blah. This gas engine can't take it. It's good. They're going at a crazy angle. And Dusty's watching this in the side corner, and this thing, it breaks off a piece of dildo tip somehow, and this dickhead fucking flies across the whole like pit, if you will, where people are sitting,
straighten his pedal,
and it hits this lady right in the tits and falls in her drink.
I thought you were gonna say
Oh,
his
yeah.
pedal and
Yeah,
broke the
that's
pedal.
what I was-
And Dusty heard her
Fucking
scream
metal.
and everything like that, and he was like, dude, finally someone else gets it but me.
Oh, okay.
He told me and Nikki this
There you
story.
go.
Like, you can ask Nikki about this shit. Like,
That's
we were smoking weed and cigarettes.
believe
We
it.
smoked
I
them out.
thought-
You don't have to.
I thought we were about to get a unsatisfying ending of just like, yeah, and that crazy thing happened. It's like, wait, why did you lead off with the
I
pedal
know.
breaking then?
Yeah, dude. Like, it was such a great story to hear from like a band that you like.
Yeah.
Because whether it was true or not, I can imagine it. Like, why would there not be a like drunken ass alcoholic, huge business, you know, bar music, country band,
And they're fat.
and they're fat
With a
and-
dildo whacker.
with a dildo whacker, and this
Fat
dude
people love dildo
finally, you know what I
whackers.
mean? Like, if that's a fabricated story, it's a good one.
I remember we saw Les and Jake and their fucking trumpet player. He brought out
Trombone.
a fucking. Is it?
The gun with the toilet paper.
Is the trombone the fucking?
Yeah, the long with the
the
elbow
toilet
and
paper,
shit.
Yeah, the toilet paper fucking
Yeah.
blower, and like they have like fucking little piece of rod of metal to be like almost
Yeah.
like a fucking thing, and like he would just go and kind of blow it in the fucking
It's a lot of fun
crowd. It's
for the
weird,
kids.
but,
First
like,
time I
it's
saw him, they
funny.
had Mr.
Yeah.
Skull, and he had this like big confetti cannon, but it was like a giant, like it almost looked like a rifle with like a fake gun barrel on
Shout
it.
out to Mr. Skull.
He's badass, and it fucking shot out a big ass confetti thing, and it was loud as shit. Unless they pumped some sound in, but either way, it sounded dope, and then just hella confetti everywhere. Like it was just
Hella.
crazy. They go full bore with that shit. They have a fire blower. Remember
They
we were
got a
watching
blower?
a blower,
Blower.
a blower.
Blower, you
Blower.
brought her.
Fly blur,
I got a blower.
fly blur.
BT Band played a fair mix of songs. That was nice.
That's racist.
They
Fair mix of assholes. It was nice.
yeah. They played some new ones. They played, like I said, they played Disease, Injury, Madness from Great Misdirect. They played Informal Gluttony from Colors, so that was nice. They opened with that. They played Selkies for their encore.
The Endless Obsession?
The Endless Obsession.
All right.
I don't know why it's endless, but it is.
it never
They
does
never
end.
stop playing
It's
it.
pretty well known it doesn't end.
People, they keep listening. But whatever, that's the thing.
Or it's on repeat, either way.
It's got to be. But yeah, it was a good show. It was just, it was kind of funny to see it more dead than most years. Because, we've been there at the
It's
Fillmore.
dying. It's over.
Do you think so?
Metalcore is over, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
Death
I
metal
mean,
is over.
I think
Metal
they took.
is
I
over.
think they took a lot of risks because,
R.I.P.
like I said, the Agony scene was really good, But they even said during their set,
Yeah, they're grasping for straws.
yeah, for real, they're like, we haven't been a band for 11 years, and then later, maybe another song later, if not even that, maybe in the same like breath, he goes, anyway, this is an old one.
Yeah,
That
they're
better,
all
hey,
old
bro,
ones.
that better have been a
They're all
joke.
old ones.
That better have been a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, a light.
He
joke.
That better have been
think
like a
about it.
lighthearted dude, because like they even had sound things, and he's like, I'm gonna pretend
This
this
is a new
last
one.
time it didn't even happen. They just came out like nothing even happened. So funny.
I miss metal shows, but I feel like it's gonna be a super big disappointment to go to one now. and
Every
it's just
time I
gonna be
go, like
3 people.
and as soon as I walk in, I'm like, I want to leave.
Well, the one with Whitechapel and
What am I
Flesh God
doing
was
here?
dope. The one with Whitechapel and Flesh God was
dope.
dope. Yeah,
This is dope.
that was a good lineup and a good
These
show.
beats are dope.
There's plenty of people,
These
but
beats is dope.
at this summer slaughter, it was empty. Yeah, they were grasping at straws or they were taking too many chances. One of the two. Like having BT Bam headline Summer Slaughter at this day and age, I'm happy with it because I'm a BT Bam fan. But with a name like Summer Slaughter, it's got to be some kind of like death metal band, don't you think?
Yeah.
Something heavy. Like what they've had Cannibal Corpse do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I think they've
they're-
had Slayer on it, and Black Dahlia Murder's done it a bunch, and
They just see that
Those
the tech
make
is the only
more
thing that's
sense
left.
to me
Yeah.
than even BT Bam.
yeah,
Even Slayer makes more sense on
or
some
Black
song.
Dahlia Murder,
Or
and,
anyway,
and they've had like
Yeah.
all kinds of
any
just
death metal band.
yeah.
That was the first one I went to was Black Dahlia. I think it was
Okay,
right
yeah,
after
that was a good
Nocturnal.
one. That was dope. That one was dope. And there's
It-
and there's a bunch of good ones, but it's just funny to see it. Like the years that we've gone, they were so grandiose, and like there was hell of people.
Yeah.
And it used to be a production. We were so excited. You know,
Yeah.
let's get drunk before man fucking mosh and shit, or not even mosh, just hang out and get drunk. You know.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, do you want to get a beer? There's like nobody here, man. What's going on? Dude, it's like 4:00, and there's like 20 people in the front.
I want to smoke weed in here, but there's like 12 people in there.
Dude,
Dude,
enough
for
people.
real,
Yeah.
we had to go out.
Four
and-
of them are the goddamn security
I
guards.
guarantee you, we would have smoked weed on the floor while no one was there, and no
You
one
always
would have
do that.
said
Well, shit.
anything.
You compare that to like when we used to go to like Ozfest and shit, where
Yeah.
it's like a
Sounds
giant
the underground.
fucking
Sounds the
festival
underground.
where all of fucking Shoreline had
That
like
is
multiple
wild.
stages, and it was fucking packed.
It's over, man. I'm
I
telling
saw a fucking
Write
dude
it
in a
down.
wheelchair, fucking crowd surfing,
you. Yeah, that's the thing to do
and at
now.
the same fucking time, a bag of fucking cocaine just blows up into the fucking air.
What the fuck?
No, this is like real.
I love
Jesus.
cocaine.
It might have been meth.
and
Why
air.
are they wasting their cocaine?
Yeah,
Well,
that seems
no,
very
people are like
generous
fighting
people.
over it.
That was our
That's
cocaine.
yeah.
You pig!
And I just
You
like
pig.
saw
Fucking
this
whore.
bag and people like ripping at it, and all of a sudden, boosh! Holy
Jesus.
shit!
Run into it.
Yeah, the whole crowd just like fucking
Everyone breathe
like,
deep.
surged
You just
for
you
it.
have people all under it. Just
Swarm and hail.
ready. It's coming down. Ready.
At the time, I was a kid, and I was like, "Hey, what's that?"
Yeah. Oh, it's snowing,
And
guys.
you get all jacked up, and you're like,
It fu- and
Killed
the
someone.
better part, it all fell right onto a small child.
a small mirror.
But like, do they even have festivals like that anymore? I feel like they don't.
EDM, not really metal.
Well, they just did the last
festivals
year of
anymore.
fucking what is the
Warped Tour.
Warp Tour? Yeah,
Are they doing a? Are
All
they
the
still
big
doing a
festivals are
cruise
done.
Of some
it's
sort?
over.
They
I
have
told
like
you.
70,000 tons of metal. They have that cruise.
2003 to like
They have the one that they
2012.
do on the USS Hornet.
Well,
here in
those fucking cruises, like basically, they make so much money and profit that like they can put like 5 bands on there and call it a fucking metal.
Well, I've
cruise.
heard they treat them like
Yeah.
shit, and you've even gone to one of them, haven't
I
you?
heard it's terrible.
What?
I heard cruises
Didn't you go to
suck.
one where like Animals as leaders and the Contortionists played on like some cruise or some fucking
No.
festival show down south?
No, I would have
Nah,
loved
you
that.
made that
but
whole thing.
No, you did, and you said like they
You're a
got cut
fucking liar,
short.
Bert. Fight me.
I never said that.
Yeah,
Let's
you
kick
did.
his
You went to
ass.
LA with like fucking either JG or somebody, and like Contortionists got cut short. They had like 2 or 3 songs.
Oh, we didn't go on
fucking
a
lying to me,
cruise.
Well, something like that down south, like a festival show down south.
Yeah, that was with the fucking Rafters and Crystal.
Was it?
Where?
It was one of you guys.
One of you motherfuckers.
You
I wasn't
weren't
there.
You
That
weren't
weren't
there.
me.
No.
It seems like it's a long
It might have
drive.
been me.
I'm
but
pretty
that
sure-
wasn't me.
All right, it was.
We're
me.
fabricating
it was
stories.
it
at
was
this point.
Chris. It was me, Chris,
You know what?
Crystal,
Let's kick his
or
ass.
Kirby, and one other person.
Some bitch.
We all drove
Maybe
down
Daniel?
to fucking LA in my Ford.
Oh, I definitely didn't go to fucking LA for a metal
He
show.
definitely. Neither of us definitely.
You're lucky if
ever
I leave
did
the house
that.
for anything.
It was fucking
Especially a metal
you.
show.
You're lucky to leave my
No?
house if I'm dying.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
God damn. I don't know. Yeah, but it was for sure me and Crystal and 2 other guys.
Crystal?
Maybe
Kirby.
Daniel and someone else.
No, it was Daniel didn't go.
Dan's not driving to LA for a metal show either.
But
yeah, that's true.
we fucking drove all the way
Sometimes.
down there to like see
Sometimes.
Contortionist and a couple other bands. And
Like
the 2
Animals
bands we
Leaders
went to
and a
see got fucking cut early.
Can you believe it?
That's fun.
That's bullshit.
Also, some like really shitty band could play longer. I don't remember who the band was.
Mother-
Some band that I
Motherfucker.
didn't like.
Some band
Sacks
I
of
didn't
shit.
want to play longer played longer.
Yeah,
Fucking
Metal Fest.
motherfuckers.
Better turn it up. But after we go ahead and recruit you for another episode of You Sing and You Sing Good, I think we go to a break for Hanging from the Rafters podcast. We want to thank our sponsors, you and other people.
Oh, we actually have I have some new unofficial sponsors.
We're not giving sponsorships right now.
Our weed is provided by Roots 101. That's where
Roots 101.
I get my weed. It's delicious.
The 101 Roots.
Best weed. And
Roots
then,
101.
Drugs are bad,
We
okay?
get our wax from Silicon Valley Extracts from my boy Parham.
Silicon Valley Extracts. Austin didn't say it right the first time.
Getting into the fire.
Get it better next time.
As time goes on,
Time goes
I
on.
realize just what you mean
What you
to me. And now that you're near, promise your love and these moments we share. Come with those.
Where is the biggest, fattest joint?
Biggest, fattest joints right up your ass.
They'll come out.
God damn, we got Bubbajaredequite, chameleon extraordinaire, Mr. Panther Chameleon Doctor,
The Lizard Man
Professor
himself.
Lizard Man. And he has come on here to tell us the good graces of the Lord and Savior reptilians. And I don't mean
Reptar.
I don't mean the humans. Yeah, Reptar. I mean
About the
Reptar.
Lord.
He is the god of reptiles, as one would say, reptilians.
He's my God. I pray to him every night. I pray to Bubbajaredequite every night.
Bubbajaredequite. Bubbajaredequite is also a
As
listener.
you should, Austin.
You can call him
I'm not
Austin. You can call him Chris.
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want, dude.
Bear well upon my face, my dear, for it is the face of evil.
Farewell.
So where are the
and
hidden
adieu
cameras?
To your fierce
right there.
Spanish lady.
They're pretty.
Are
They're
they
pretty
hiding
obvious.
amongst the clothes?
No, it's right there in front of you.
Farewell and adieu,
You know, on the chain shore?
Oh, it's on
of
the chain shore.
Spain.
Okay.
For we've received orders to
Oh,
put a
just-
sail
let's
back
get-
to
let-
Boston.
Let's get over this before you realize there's a delay on the screen. Everyone always has to say
He
something
actually
about
seemed.
it.
He seemed like he wasn't.
He's
gonna
like, yeah.
notice.
Or nevermore
yeah.
shall
no, I
we
noticed I
see
wasn't
you
moving
again.
and-
Hey,
screen was
thank
moving.
God, because everyone else seems to have to point it out for some reason. We
Yeah.
pointed out the first
I'm on the TV.
episodes, and look at me, I can move, and then it moves a few
I
seconds
didn't even know
later.
you guys had video. I thought it was just all
Oh,
audio.
dude, we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube, and we're live on what is the other one?
Poo poo.
Not Patreon, but
That starts with a P.
it's
Pot.
So who is the brainchild of all of this? Who?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
that one right there. Ever since I moved in, actually, which was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
Once
really.
we started listening to podcasts, we
Yeah, but like
Bryce is
even
making out
then,
with his mic.
he just
well, I
made-
got to be close to get the
Yeah,
the
you
sound
want-
just right.
you
'cause,
wanna be
I,
like
if
right
you
here.
see me,
nice and close.
if you
Yeah,
see me, I do a lot of
baby.
I do a lot of
Yeah,
turning and stuff like that, and I got to
He's
keep it in
turning
there.
down
But
for what?
ever since like I moved in here, like Rafter's been trying to like slowly build
Well, he-
the microphone complex
well,
and
he made the
everything it would
move.
take.
He made,
Yeah,
like, the
that's what I'm saying.
final,
Rafter made the move.
Yeah,
Big
I was
Rafter
like,
made
we're
the
doing
move.
it live.
Like
Yeah.
I threw down like some money when he decided to like fuck it, we're finally doing it. I was like, yeah, I'll put money for it, but he was on like this is it, it's happening, we're doing it.
Yeah, he had slowly been building his
And I gotta say, it's
equipment.
been very successful so
Dude,
far.
we have 100 listeners a week.
And we
on
want to give a shout out
SoundCloud.
to every
For
single
real?
one of those listens.
That's just SoundCloud. I don't
That's
even know about
crazy.
fucking iTunes or any of the other places we're on.
And
That's
again, get us
crazy.
on iTunes, get us on Stitcher,
On
get us on the Patreon, get us on all that shit. I don't
We
think we
have
have Patreon.
120 views on YouTube.
That's beautiful. And we got 164 on Twitch. We got one viewer right now, and that is us.
We're on 15
That's
different
fine.
15 different countries on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
Listen.
and all of them be
including
representing
a huge listening in fucking Ireland,
Ireland,
and I think
Pakistan,
Australia.
Pennsylvania
and Pakistan.
or some shit.
It's weird there's someone listens like heavily in
Why do they
Pennsylvania.
think
Anybody
You guys are
from
cool.
'Cause
Australia
we're fucking
listening,
badass, dude. We're just killing it all
Apparently we're
here
just
all
fucking
day.
killing the game.
talking about nothing for hours.
Out here coming out to the biggest, fattest joints. Hey, these King Palms, these are also an unofficial sponsor of us because those
Yeah.
King
burn
Palm.
like
Please,
the
God,
beast.
Sponsor us because I love your
Please,
shit.
yeah, if you could send
This
us
episode
some
of
free
Hanging from
King
the
Palms,
Rafters
I would
brought to you
fucking.
by King
Oh,
Palm.
okay, watch your.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I want to fucking
Careful.
watch your leg.
About to fuck up.
Safety first, then teamwork.
Not my leg. Not my leg. But Bubba, how you been, man? It's been a while since we've seen you, and it's good to have you on the podcast.
It has been way too long, Bryce. Way too long, dude. It's got to be years.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is like you look exactly the same as when we were hanging out and just like smoking rug nugs. You know what I'm talking about?
Ragnar.
Yeah, man.
Just balder.
That shit you
David's
find.
garage?
That shit you find on your fucking floor mat in your car. Oh my god, dude! He coined the phrase to me one day. I mean, if it was a
Fucking
thing
rug
before,
nug. This
I had
episode
never
brought to you
heard
by
of it.
Rug Nug.
Ekate
Rug
has
nugs.
coined some key phrases that I use regularly.
Oh,
Chimichawa.
Chippy-chawa.
We were gonna have Chimichawa on the show.
We were, hey, bro. We
What
were
does
gonna
that
have.
mean?
They
It means
can't-
nobility.
They
It
canceled out.
means nobility.
I didn't realize it's the thing they shout in Shanghai Noon. It's the
Yeah.
thing the Indians shout.
I
in
didn't even know
Shanghai.
that, dude. When you
It's their
when you
chimichawa.
That's where you're like, this Chippy-chawa looking
something about you.
motherfucker.
fucking
something in your
chimichawa
eyes.
looking, the chimichawa looking
Something the natives
motherfucker
call
back
it.
there.
You said
That
it.
was,
Bubba, you said it in this way that was so perfect. You were mentioning how weird my band looked, and you said that like you got me, this like big fat white supremacist looking motherfucker,
Fat
You made-
cat looking through the glass.
fat cat looking through the glass. You made fun of Jonathan because Jonathan had the long hair, really really curly, tight hair, and he was like really dark skinned, so he looked Islander. He said he looked like a fucking Samoan. And then you said Anthony looked like he's the vegan bodybuilder, so he's just a meathead, even though he had no meat. Bert was the tall, skinny, gay motorcycle riding drummer
In the
And-
Boy Scout uniform.
in the Boy Scout uniform
are so
because he
fucking
was at that
progressive.
Halloween show. And then Chippy Chawa singing lead vocals.
Chippy-chawa looking
chimichawa
motherfucker.
looking motherfucker out here.
I was dying. I've never heard that name before.
Or the fucking
Or the
party.
Get Fucked Up
where,
Man.
Yeah, get fucked up night. That
Get
was
fucked
the,
up.
That
Are
was
you
the
fucked
fir-
up?
Hey,
Get fucked
that
up.
was
That
the
was
first
the
night
best.
I fucking when I really like I remember I had like met you. I had known you, and then I met you once at Halloween. I was taking my sister trick or treating because I went with Kohler to a bunch of parties. Wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to go trick or treating with him.
You bastard.
And so I come back at the end of the night, and I was like, Mom, I was like,
Dickhead.
I should probably have some candy to show for this. Tell my sisters, hey, let's go trick or treating for fucking an hour or so. So we're walking up the hill. I see you. I was like, Ekate. You're like, oh, what's up, man? Like, come get in the party and get fucked up. I was like, I have my sister with me, and no, I can't do that.
Sorry.
No, he said that to me.
I think I know
Yeah.
what that was.
It was
Big Chris,
it was
you
like
fucked up?
Halloween
Yeah,
night.
I had no idea who the hell
Halloween,
that
like
was.
2009, I want to say. Was that
Not
like
even,
right
like,
after
yeah.
we won our 10th game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was sophomore year. My sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
so the get
Yeah.
it fucked up night. He wasn't saying it to you. He was saying it to a kid that like went to ST. That
But you guys were like right there.
No, me and my brother were standing there, but I remember I pointed out to him because I saw it and I fucking cried. I was crying laughing because it was.
We were dying.
I'm sure it was
fit-
3 sheets to the
it-
fucking wind. I think
it-
this was before my weed smoking days too, so it was
Oh,
all
yeah.
alcohol fueled.
And so it just fit.
Get
It
fucked
fit
up.
the moment so perfectly. You see your buddy at this fucking party, this high school party, and you're just like, "Hey man, are you fucked up?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I just got here a couple minutes ago.
Get fucked up.
man." And like fucking, I'm crying laughing because
Holy
it fit it
shit.
so well.
So
I've
perfect.
had a few moments, I suppose.
You got
Good
some
memories, though,
solid
dude.
lines.
Those are the kinds of things we think of when we think of Bubbajaredequite
The biggest fattest joint.
with the biggest, fattest doink.
I just remember we used to get high and you'd sit there like stretch
Crack your neck. We'd have to tell you to knock that shit
Oh,
off.
I still do that
You just
shit.
feel like
Hey,
going
you told
I
me.
found
Yeah,
out a
but-
reason why I do that though. It's fucking psoriatic arthritis, so I'm constantly
really?
fucking.
So let
in
me
charge.
ask
now
you
I
this.
feel like an asshole.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
good.
sick. Damn it.
No.
Are you gonna do it right now?
No, I won't.
Okay, I was gonna say because if you would, I wanted everybody to be
The
quiet.
more you guys talk about it, the more I'm probably gonna be like compelled to
I'm
like
making you
do it.
like
And you're not
self-conscious.
supposed to,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, very.
What you been
very
doing
many good
lately?
times.
Hey, tell us about your thing that you want
Your
to plug.
reptiles.
Oh, okay. So, well,
This man's into reptiles.
I am
Reptilians.
owner, CEO,
Wait, you're
one
in
man
recovery
band.
now?
Aside from my,
He's a goddamn
my business
corporatist.
partner, landlord. I pretty much do everything animal husbandry related for our breeding chameleon colony.
You fuck
Panther
the
chameleons.
animals. That's
You're an
good.
animal
No, I
fucker.
don't. They do all the fucking. Trust me.
All right, you just watch and jerk
Especially,
off.
I've got
Oh,
a bunch
so-
of wild caught
so-
males, and so they come from Madagascar.
So you're
and
just
they
an
wanna
animal
hit.
sex voyeur. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Hey man, it looks good though.
That's hot.
You're
That's what I'm
watching.
talking
You're just
about.
watching them have sex.
I create living art.
Hey, it's not my fault. I'm
Beautiful.
Just, I'm just enjoying some art.
You sound like any porn director.
You
right
sound
about
like
now.
You
I
sound
create
like
living
a
art.
You
okay?
sound like a voyeur.
If you want to jerk
or a
off to
fucking-
it, that's your call.
Yeah, you sound like a creepy voyeur. Like I sit there, I just watch the art through the wall. It's a hole in the wall. I just watch. I'm creating art. I'm watching.
I don't create the films. My
What does he
actors
say?
do.
Yeah, my actors are the ones to give credit to. I just sit there and
No,
film
but
it and whack
so
off.
I breed panther chameleons from Madagascar.
You goddamn breeder,
Yeah,
you piece of
yeah.
shit. I want
In
rescues.
my opinion,
Hey,
at least,
why are they called panther?
they're the
chameleons?
peacocks of the reptile world.
Why are they
The
called
peak-
that?
So why are they
Why are
panthers?
they called panther chameleons? Well, I suppose because it looks like a big predatory cat walking through the trees.
Oh, is
'Cause of
that
the
really
back,
the
right?
reason?
And I think they should have been named tiger chameleons and not panther chameleons because they have these very distinct stripes or bars.
The
that
white
run
the
down
white
the
bars
body.
that run on the back.
Kinda
no, like
that would be a dorsal stripe. But,
Okay.
but I'm talking about vertically down the body like
Yeah.
a tiger's stripes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
okay,
why
they
they
have
just
those-
chose
Do
to
you
call
mean-
them panthers and
Hey.
not tigers, but
Okay.
Tigers
But,
is played out.
So
I
we're
mean,
gonna call
they do
them-
look like a cat.
So
going
we're
through
calling
the
them
trees.
tiger chameleons from now on. So
Yeah.
you raise tiger chameleons and
Not panthers,
Not
even
the-
though they're
Well,
panthers that we're calling tigers.
Striped panthers.
Striped
Yeah, so
panthers.
panther
Baby,
Wait, didn't they
fam,
say-
you haven't said anything.
Wait, I
Say
thought-
something.
I remember I thought they had said I remember reading something that like panthers are leopards, but they're just all black leopards.
No. Not all panthers are
Specifically,
black.
black panthers are leucistic leopards.
African
Or
Yes.
melanistic.
African
excuse
American.
me.
Please.
That's
Melanistic.
All right,
Yeah,
so we got
African American,
fucking
please.
African American panthers.
African American
Let's
panthers.
not get racist on the show again without
Yeah.
Tim.
Their ancestors didn't get thrown into
similarly
slavery for you to
to,
call them black.
Don't do that to him. What were you
I
saying?
forget if Central and South America call black jaguars black panthers.
They call them the N-word jaguars.
Yeah. The N-word, does the N-word offend you? Ooh, let's not get on that tip.
They we found
So,
out
these panther chameleons, they have their stripes. These tiger chameleons do. Red bears. These tiger chameleons have their stripes. Like, is that like the cream of the crop? Is that your bread and butter, or do you particularly breed different?
Is it your peanut
different
butter and
species?
jelly?
So here's the thing.
Yeah, that's
female
probably
panther
better, yeah.
chameleons are all earth tone colors, and you cannot distinguish one
Bastards.
type of panther chameleon from another. If
No
you just
blue
look at the
ones?
female.
Yeah, I remember you had posted a thing saying like they're already in their camouflage color like naturally, but when they like experience different like emotions like distress or like excitement or things like that, that's when
Or
they really
racism.
change
Yes.
or racism. They
So-
really change
so
colors.
do all
Yeah, they
chameleons,
change color based on
like how much
mood, stress, heat,
how,
lack of heat.
Yeah,
how
they
much
kind of
can,
tell you what they need.
how much
Yeah.
can they change color? Like so you see these like cartoon appearances of fucking chameleons and it's the full like they grab onto the tree branch and they go full brown.
Think
or,
like,
or you get the fucking goofy all full rainbow.
What's his
thing.
face in
could it
Monsters
go-
Inc?
Could it go blue?
Randall.
Could it
Randall
go
and Monsters
blue?
Inc.
Yeah,
They-
Randall
we
Specialize
always
in
depict
blue
them like
ones.
Randall.
Like if it were like could these like fucking is there any kind
Fucking.
of like that fucking again is there any kind of chameleon that like it touches that like blue wall and it gets the damn it the fucking
X-Men
again.
powers.
So,
it gets the
The
response
whole-
it goes blue or something of that nature.
X-Men powers.
so that's
X-Men
actually a
powers, like
misconception. So how it works is they have their relaxed colors and their stressed out colors.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And stress can come from being in pursuit of a mate.
So they're set
rival
colors
males.
Yeah, like they already
Yeah,
have like
they-
their quote
Their
unquote
genetic-
camouflage.
Yeah, their phenotype is gonna represent certain
Oh,
colors.
so like the chameleon would go from that earth tone to a darker tone and not like and it can't go from like earth tone to blue or earth tone to red, earth tone to like it's like a set
they're physically
preset.
represented genetic traits, as you said, phenotype,
Mm-hmm.
are going to be like their base colors. You know what I mean? Like
So
if
what-
they,
like,
if
what
they need
colors do
camouflage,
your-
if they need camouflage for a certain area, maybe like that would be like their base colors. Am I wrong? Or basically, right?
What color?
Kinda. I'm not familiar with like every species of chameleon, and I'm not
yeah.
going to pretend to. But
You're not an
with
expert
my
in everything,
particular
you know.
species,
Well,
panther
still.
chameleons, the females are always kind of earth tones.
Okay.
They're typically like tans, oranges, browns,
yeah.
black,
Badass.
that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And they have kind of their like juvenile colors, and then as they mature
Oh,
and
they
then
change,
go
really?
receptive, they'll get
Chameleon.
this like peachy
I guess.
orange pink color when they're receptive.
Oh wow! So like,
And then when they're pregnant or gravid, as we call it,
Gravid. Nice
carrying
word.
eggs, they tend to go black with orange.
how does the change in? So I would assume that this whole the pink and things like that, or assuming would take in like evolutionarily they would supposed to be in like the rainforest where they can go crawl by a nearby plant that looks similar and use it as a camouflage. How does that affect when they're living at your house in a fucking thing when they do get like
Fucking.
responsive?
So
I can't stop.
You gotta stop. My man.
It's
You're a gentleman,
It's
aren't
like
you?
it's like I've gotten in trouble at work. I already told you I got in
I
trouble
know,
at
yeah.
work.
I
worked
can imagine.
I worked with kids for a while, and they used to bring us from meetings, like quick meetings, and would just like, hey, we're trying to keep away cussing at the job, and I would at first like a bunch of times, the first couple times they'd look at me and I didn't get what was going on. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't cuss
Fucking
here.
sorry.
I don't cuss here, right? Do I? And then, like, the first day I notice it, I'm talking to her, like, I'm telling a story to another girl, and
I was having a fucking sandwich with
yeah,
fucking
well,
goddamn fucking
so I
bullshit
was,
on it.
I was better at doing it, minimalizing it.
Fucking
But
mayonnaise.
it's just, it would slip out. It would just be a fucking
Fucking
quick.
here and
Just
there.
because I use it as my, like, I've already
I
said
I grabbed the fucking can and I put it on in the thing.
I've made it my Sam Jackson motherfucker. Have you heard his
just saying
story? I've
this.
said it before, yeah.
We don't want to hear it, but you get it, right?
You
Please
get
tell
it.
us you get it.
I get it.
Please
Makes
tell. Oh,
sense.
thank God. Bubbajaredequite is not a moron.
He's on board.
No.
He's on board.
I'm
This
just
man
stoned.
knows.
He gets it.
We're all
he
we're all
knows,
there.
He knows all about the black people.
He knows. He's very close to their
He's
culture.
basically Samuel Jackson. Look at him.
I mean, you can see by his complexion.
Look at him.
Sam Jackson.
Motherfucker Jones.
Motherfucker Jones.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker Jones.
What are you drinking tonight? What are you drinking about?
I'm drinking
What are you
Angry
drinking about?
Orchards.
Are you drinking what?
It's my favorite. Angry Orchards is my favorite.
Well, what kind of
God,
like a
dude.
pear?
Shits.
Hey,
What?
have you had the one that Sam, what is it called? Not Samuel Jackson.
Adams.
Sam Adams makes one. They make it downtown.
No.
What is it called? The one we
Gordon
used to get for
Biersch.
free.
Gordon Biersch.
Sorry.
Oh, it's
Gordon
wild.
Biersch makes
It's
it.
wild cider.
It's called Wild Side. Yeah, it's basically
Oh,
that
I've
with
tried
like
Wild Side. It's awesome.
it's like half the sugar.
Was that
That's
not
why
the
I like
same-
it.
Half the sugar, and it's the one cider that I would say tastes the most like beer to me.
Dude, when they first came out with it, they were giving it away like by the
Yeah.
case for free. It had no label on it because they hadn't named it yet. And so we went down there. One time. They give you a free case.
Yep.
Everyone that went down there. So we
got
all
like-
lived here, so we got like 5 cases.
Dude, they were going down for months.
And then at the end, they were selling them. They
Once a
were selling
week.
them for $5 a
I'm
case.
telling you, dude.
No shit.
$5 case. We went down there. I swear to God, we
was like a-
walked away with like 15 cases.
It was like 2 months
We were
straight. You
drink-
guys
like-
were going there.
Yeah, like two months we were just drinking cider.
just drinking
the whole
cider
fridge
hard.
was full of
Yeah.
cider.
well, the
Yeah.
garage
It was in these big
filled.
white boxes,
Yeah.
all white with like. I think
Yeah,
after
they
a
give you
while
a
they
case,
started putting the
24.
GB stamp on it, didn't they?
Yeah, I
They
think
might have had the
towards
GB
end.
stamp on later, but
I
they were
didn't
white
realize
boxes.
GB made Wild Side.
Yeah,
It was
I
the
thought it
new.
was in this
They make two
independently
now.
owned
They make
thing.
they make one that's a what is the drink with it's ginger beer and like vodka, and you put it in like a tin cup. That's the thing.
A mule.
Yeah, a Moscow Mule. So now they make a cider, and they also make a Moscow Mule that's like a low carb
Interesting.
Moscow Mule. Like, yeah, I want to try it because I really like their hard cider is probably my favorite one,
Yours
and I've
pretty
had
good,
every
yeah.
fucking one because
Yeah.
I can't drink beer, and that's really the only option besides like
The
the
pussy.
lesbian sodas.
The lesbian beers. They gotta be called lesbian beer. So if everybody doesn't know,
Apple beers.
if everyone doesn't know, LaCroix, that is lesbian soda.
La Croix.
That's lesbian soda
Is
for
it
you.
even alcoholic?
No,
that's-
they have one now that's
LaCroix
it's
is
alcoholic
LaCroix is lesbian soda. This one that we're talking about right here.
a hard
There's 2 of them that I
seltzer.
found out. There's more than that we even know.
White Claw,
White Claw and
Trulia.
Truly. Not
And then-
Trulia, but that's a stevia kind of brand.
and then fucking
There's another one too that we're
Costco has
Kirkland.
one.
Costco,
They
yeah,
have their own
Kirkland.
version.
It's the same thing. It's like 100 calories, and if you look at the Kirkland one's like 20, right?
There's like 2 grams of sugar.
But in the White Claw and the Truly, there's
And
2
you can
and
just
1
drink it
gram
like
of
beer.
sugar. and there's no unnatural ingredient. There's no aspartame. There's no nothing like that.
It's for
It's
white
weird.
women, like skinny white
It is.
women.
It is a seltzer water
I've
with
seen
alcohol.
it.
Bro,
I
it's-
might have tried it once and did not like it.
It's
worth
5%,
If
and
you're-
it gets you drunk like a beer.
If you're
Yeah,
trying to
you have
do
3 or 4 of those. Good
if
to
you're
go.
trying to
I
be
think I've had the
low
alcoholic
carb,
It's
one,
like
just the
40
regular.
calories less than a beer, and it's like none of the sugar.
Well, that I love the fucking
They're different
the
companies, too.
those, but
Yes.
like the problem is they have so much sugar. Like
yeah.
I can drink them, but I can't
Kills
drink
you.
it like it's beer because if I drink like 12 of them, then I drink so much like apple juice basically, then I have the fucking runs all night.
Yep.
So gain
Like so
6
you can't just
pounds.
throw those back
Whiskey
like it's beer,
shits.
and I know I can't drink beer; it makes me sick.
And I gained
Whiskey
fucking,
shits,
I
man.
gained fucking 8 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, slamming sugar.
Back,
Well, you
yeah.
just so much sugar, all
And it-
jacked
All I
up.
fucking
And if you
drink
don't
is
have enough
ciders.
water, your next day, headache city, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
to, not to mention like the fact that you probably drank some whiskey or tequila or some other kind of alcohol.
Tequila.
Yeah, and you're having that. Like you make sure you have some water, man, because like that's one of those things that you wake up the next morning, headache city, dude. It's fucking headache city.
Yeah.
Remember,
It's
guys,
funny
safety
that,
first, then teamwork.
You know, it's
Safety
funny,
first.
That song Tequila, it reminds me of the Sandlot, and I always think of
Oh,
just
yeah.
this part
Nope.
where they're
Nope.
Killing
right
the
when
small.
right when the fucking the dip is hitting, and they realize like they probably shouldn't have.
Oh, when they
done
start
this,
throwing up.
and fucking they shouldn't have taken
Yeah.
this on
That's
a
not
fucking
even-
roller coaster. It's so I didn't realize when it was
That's
a
not
kid.
even dip. It's fucking chewing tobacco. That's
Yeah.
a whole different thing. You actually chew
Oh,
it.
actually,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
disgusting. I've had it before, like chaw.
Ugh.
It's gross.
You have it
like
in your
dip,
back
you
gum.
You stick it
between
under your tongue
jaw
and like
or
it,
under your tongue. Yeah.
But
it
I
just
saw-
kind of tastes bad.
Well,
but,
that
like,
so that makes more sense. I remember I had always thought that it was just strictly the gross taste that made them throw up. And then I remember as I got older, you've tried dip. Fucking, if you ever try like dip your first time,
Fuck.
and you get really lightheaded,
Ugh.
and you think about like, if imagine doing that your
One time I
first
tried
time
that, I said,
on
"Fuck
a
it."
roll.
just figure the first time you try dip and you've swallowed it.
Well, not even
That's
that.
what you're doing when you're
We
we
chewing
got
tobacco.
we have a guy at my work who is like an executive, and he is just a great fella, but he's always got a lip of dip
'Cause
in.
they can't
No
smoke,
joke.
They can't smoke cigarettes
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, he's always got a lip of
That's
dip in.
it, super
Hey,
big
bro,
with
this
construction.
guy, no cup, no bottle, no nothing. This guy
he
swallows
Oh,
his
he's
That's
shit.
super common,
hardcore.
too.
It's a hardcore.
Gross.
That's so
that.
bad for your stomach.
It's supposed
Like
to fuck
you're
your
gonna get
intestines
terrible
up, yeah.
heartburn.
Oh my god, this poor man.
Well, it's supposed to like fuck your intestines up later. on, too.
Sure, it's fucking your lip up already, and we're fucking our teeth up by smoking cigarettes if we ever do.
It's just all like if you wanted to like quit smoking and you're really like craving nicotine.
It's a quick
It's
fix.
a rush of nicotine,
Yeah.
more than a cigarette would be.
Yeah.
a lot
That's-
more.
well, that's
so
what
like
I'll-
what I would like when we quit smoking. I probably went 2 months, and like obviously I went back. That's my fuck up.
Yeah, well,
But
whatever.
That's how I did it. Like
Almost
it
8
was
months
this.
now.
It was this to fill up like
Metal.
the time. Like for when I normally would smoke, like I smoke after I
And what
eat.
was that, 8 months?
Yeah.
Use that to fill it up, and then like when I was really like having a crazy craving, like then I would just throw a dip in because I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
spit it out immediately.
Make you feel guilty.
but it gets you all jacked. Like it really just calms that fucking craving.
Yeah, and it gets you jacked up, and then you spit it out because you hate it.
Well, you
Like
feel
that's the
bad.
thing, though.
It's
Is I
like
wouldn't
fucking
want to. I
burning
wouldn't
my
want to
mouth.
like dip, and just that thought is just. Ugh.
that burn on your lower lip. And I remember like
It's so much more popular with like people who are athletic or like work out a
Well,
lot.
it's because you can't smoke.
it doesn't fuck up your
cigarettes.
lungs,
Yeah, it doesn't fuck your
like-
lungs up, but it gets you the tobacco, the nicotine rush. That's where when I think about like that scene in The Sandlot. I always thought like for the longest time it was strictly the chewing, and then when you dip your first time, you realize that it's the rush, that fucking nicotine rush. It's that nicotine rush that fucking hits you while you're on a roller coaster, like a fucking going around spinning roller coaster. Like you're fucking. That's just
You're
like,
gonna
oh
puke
god.
immediately.
Like
It's just like when you try to
Fuck
quit
that.
smoking. Like when you quit smoking, if you stop for a while and you have a cigarette again,
I feel like
like
shit.
So sick.
you get that
Yeah.
crazy rush that you used to get like when you first
I
started.
need to sit down. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
And then you
fall
realize
down.
how bad like the smoking is because you just do it like you don't even get this cool feeling anymore. It's just a upkeep thing. I
Yeah.
just need it because I'm addicted. That's it.
That's all. So we've been interrupting Bubba the entire time.
Yeah, for God's sakes, dude.
But about your chameleon breeding, we gotta
Oh.
know
Austin
by the
had
end
a
of this
question.
episode.
do they butt fuck?
So hold on. So let's get back to Austin's last question.
Yes.
I don't
so
remember it.
Austin had asked me if you take a chameleon from outside
Oh, yeah.
into your house, does that change anything?
Well, how does it affect their like response?
How they look.
and things like that.
So-
yeah.
To their camouflage.
My
or their
particular
emotions.
species I work with, Panther chameleon, has like 12 officially classified subspecies of that chameleon that they call locales, which really just means it's where they pick them up from in Madagascar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the closest city, they just name it that. So there's like, there's Nosy Bay Panther chameleons from the
Nosy
island of
Bay.
Nosy Bay.
I wish they would
Nosy
stay out of my
Bay.
fucking business.
Yeah. It's a nosy before anyone else. You know, they're my
Shit.
girlfriend, but they won't leave me
You
the
ever-
fuck alone.
When your girl goes through your phone, Nosy Bay.
Nosy Bay.
Is that really?
That's pretty good, dude.
Brought to you by Nosy Bay.
NosyBay.com.
But so we're
Hey,
talking about
you could
color
write
changing.
that down if you're selling it too. When when your girl goes through your phone, Nosy Bay, and then you just have them sitting in their cage.
Brought to you by
So
Nosy Bay.
in the Panther chameleon world, the locales are classified by where they're picked up from Madagascar, the closest city. However, it also goes along with how the males look in that area, because you cannot distinguish a female panther chameleon from one locale with another locale. You cannot distinguish the two.
too hard to distinguish.
Really?
from-
Why?
They look the same.
Oh, really? They all look
There's
the same?
very subtle differences,
Bright colors,
but
right?
nobody can say for sure.
Oh, it's hard. It's really hard to
Yeah.
tell. Yeah.
And there's all kinds of issues with,
I
people bringing in, wild caught females, and it muddies up everybody's bloodlines when
yeah.
they're trying to stick to the particular locale they want to breed.
Yeah.
But going back to the changing of the color, so the females are all kind of earth tone colors. As they mature, they're going to go to receptive colors, then gravid colors. So the receptive colors I mentioned earlier are like the pink,
Yeah.
orangey pink. And then the gravid colors are black with orange bars.
Babies.
Right? And then there's juvenile kind of colors where they're really earth toned to blend in with the lower canopy that they're hanging out in, like the bushes and low-lying trees.
Oh, okay.
Compared to the females and the males that go higher up in the trees. But the males are I compared them to peacocks earlier because the males are the colorful ones.
Oh, okay.
And so they kind of, in the
They gotta
trade,
get that puss.
the
They gotta get
locales,
that puss, that
they
panther
classify
puss.
them by, there's a certain
Sexy
variation
baby.
within each locale of how the male should look to be considered purebred,
Yeah.
or what we accept as purebred in the States, which is its opinions from people that have been doing it for years. The most value to those opinions are the guys
2
that have
years.
been there for 30, 40
Are
years.
there like
30,
are
40
there like
years.
official like fucking panther chameleon experts that you
Oh,
could,
yes.
you could
Yes,
refer
there
to,
are.
or is it like all?
Why
just
wouldn't
like,
there be?
Just people you
Yeah,
love.
there's PhDs in herpetology, the study of reptiles.
Herpes.
Have you ever like
That
I always love that.
focused on chameleons,
Herpetology.
There's importers that have brought in chameleons for years and years, and exporters
No.
that have sent them out for years and years.
I like it.
That have kind of noticed the trend. Okay, all the ones we picked up in the Umbanja area all kind of look within this range of colors. Or
Are they
Nosy
mostly-
Bay,
What color are the males again?
so-
Mostly.
black.
no, they could be all kinds of colors. So
What's a
African-American.
common?
But in particular, the island of Nosy Bay, most of the males are this green, right?
Okay.
But
And that's like the
let's say
iconic
one in
color we go
1,000
for, right?
males. Let's just say 1 in 1,000 males
Okay.
in Nosy Bay are this fluorescent blue.
Beautiful.
Like we're talking about.
Beautiful,
Have you
mate.
seen the Valspar commercial where the chameleon touches the paint and
Nope.
it changes color?
No.
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Look that one up.
That
No.
But
racist.
those are panther
Google it.
chameleons
It's worth a Google.
in that particular commercial, but
Excuse me.
they kind of push the misconception that they change color with their background by it changing to the color of
Yeah.
the paint. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen. But the males can be as fluorescent blue as the ones that were shown in that video.
Jesus.
Okay.
They can be as fluorescent red as a neon
But it's
light.
kind of a set color, though. It's just like
Yeah.
you can't just they can't just change with the fucking local background. It's like you're born
yeah,
with that.
the
set-
males are kind of a set color, and at rest, most of their bodies will be green, and then they'll fire up either yellow or red or orange or a combination of those colors. There's some locales, the panther chameleon, fire up all white,
Oh.
red
shit.
bars.
Yeah, nice.
There's
Goddamn.
all kinds of cool stuff.
I remember you telling me that they
So
die.
I encourage everybody to at least take a look if you're into animals or reptiles. Look up panther chameleons if you haven't heard of them before. I recommend the website madcam.me or de, something like that. And that has a really good example of animals from Madagascar, so you can kind of see how each locale looks. You know, I'd have to have like a whole PowerPoint going here to explain all this.
He got a
Yeah,
laser
yeah.
pointer.
We have a PowerPoint to pull up right here.
Oh, never mind. That's just a picture of Austin's penis.
That's just my penis.
No, but
It's full screen.
But
Look away,
I
look away.
So my thing with panther chameleons is if they don't have blue on them, I don't want to breed them.
Really?
That's
Why?
my particular
racist.
preference.
Racist.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
another
yeah.
racist on the show.
That's,
Great.
that's
Hold
Panther
up.
Chameleon racist.
Hold up. Blue
Panther
is my
chameleon
favorite
racist
color.
here, guys.
I
Blue
only
is my
fuck with
favorite
blue.
color.
Let's hear this racist stuff.
What
One
do you-
sec.
can't-
No, they
can't
can
deal with
have
that.
other
Hey,
colors.
let's
They
let
can
know-
have other colors on them, but if there's no blue amongst those other colors, I won't breed them.
That's what fucking.
But
Hitler
of course, I
wanted,
No
breed all
reds?
blue ones.
No reds?
Of course. Oh no, I've got a firecracker of a wildcat that's red face with white in the throat,
What the fuck did that mean?
Yeah,
orange
that's
at the front of the
terminology.
body, and yellow towards the back of the body.
I got a firecracker with a
badass.
wild caught.
And he's got
Big old dick. Big
bright
old
blue
dick
That's-
bars on him.
That's hick fucking
Bright blue what?
So,
lizard.
Bright-
term.
remember I mentioned the stripes?
Bright
so
blue.
let me describe this again for our listeners.
Yes.
So, bright
Stop
red
playing
face.
shit on your goddamn phone, you sack of crap.
Damn it, Chris.
Let
Am I
him-
that boring?
He's talking about his dick.
He's talking about his dick.
So, bright red face with red in the throat, and then towards the back of the neck and into the chest area, you've got
Yeah.
this orange, like pumpkin orange, and then the back of the body from about halfway down all the way to the end of the tail is yellow, like yellow.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And then his bars, his tiger stripes, if you will, are this fluorescent blue.
That's when they're stressed, though.
And this is a wild caught animal that was
Those-
imported, and then
Hey, if that
I
doesn't
bought
get
him
your
and
dick hard, you can go
acclimated
back
him.
to fucking Mexico.
piece of shit.
And it looks like
Go
a
back
rainbow.
to fucking
so-
Mexico. That make your dick hard right
They're
there.
fucking
That
orange and all kinds
particular
of shit.
animal
I have
is
two,
an ambelobe panther chameleon.
I have two quick questions. So that those colors come out when they're stressed only. That's like they don't just come out when they're hanging out.
So
Hanging from the rafters.
Somewhat.
gmail.com.
like
Podcast.
Do it.
most ambelobes, for example, will have kind of a green body at rest, but you'll still see the stripes.
Oh yeah.
But they'll darken
Oh, okay.
to kind of blend in and break up the animal's
But like
body.
the big
The outline of the body gets broken up by the stripes, and at rest it'll be like green, like
oh okay.
leaves. So it blends in that way, and it's
Like those bright colors. When did
most
those come out?
importantly for them to camouflage and hide from prey.
From prey. Oh,
But
yeah,
in
get the
addition to
food.
that, they can hide from predators that way, because a male panther chameleon, when he's warmed up and excited looking at a female or a prey item and gets excited, his
go-
colors will get more vibrant, exposing him to
He'll
predators.
go blue and all that shit. and
So
'cause
the
he's
beauty
horny.
comes at a cost.
That ass.
He's ready to get some puss.
Those ass cheeks.
And then
yeah.
here's my second question. You ever watch any of them fuck?
Oh, of course, I have to make sure copulation takes place. I mean, being a breeder, you want to make sure that the male actually
You're-
got his hemipines.
you're sitting there,
and
you're
her
just like,
cloaca.
get it.
Yeah,
Get it, Rocky,
girl.
motherfucker. Get it, put it in that ass.
That's my boy.
Stick that hemipines
That's
in
my
her
boy.
cloaca.
Coaca. Oh yeah, that's how I like it. Ooh.
Don't look at me.
Fertilize all those eggs, damn it.
Don't look at me while you're doing this. Stop
You know?
looking at me.
And that's only half the battle. Getting the male to lock up with the female and you know,
In battle.
and nutting her is half the battle.
It's a very
And
scientific
then
term.
The
nut
bigger
in
half
her.
of the
Nut
battle.
in her.
Okay, it's not even half the battle.
Look,
I'd
he's
say
not
it's
a
like
doctor.
30% of the battle is getting the male locked up with the female and knock
and then
her
they
up.
fuck.
The other 70% of the battle is taking care of that female through the entire course of her carrying those eggs, making sure she doesn't
You call her
get
fat?
deficient in vitamins. So you got to supplement properly.
Make sure she knows she's not
And
fat. She's just
get
pregnant.
those. Yeah, exactly.
Don't make that mistake.
And
Call her
then,
that. The babies are gonna die.
No, and then get her to lay her eggs. And then after, so laying the eggs isn't even half the battle, dude. So
What?
Then, huge
For our humans,
this female is
for
gonna
humans,
need
it's goddamn.
nutrient
It's a goddamn
replenishment.
miracle. For humans, it's a goddamn miracle.
Oh,
How is
yeah.
this not even the hard part?
So, well, then the female, you want to keep your female after she lays eggs, right?
Yeah.
There's a big mortality
You
rate
gotta sit on
after
'em like a
they
head.
lay eggs.
Well,
And
that's why
so
they lay so many, right?
In captivity, we do our best to replenish their nutrients with supplementation after they lay those eggs. Give them extra water, extra food, and food is live insects like crickets, roaches, silkworms, that kind of stuff.
Give them the fucking roaches, pieces
And
of
then
shit.
you've got supplementation from everything to bee pollen and calcium carbonate. So
Really? Hey, let me ask you a real question. You doing this to get the bitches,
and
right?
multivitamins.
You raising these fucking
Yeah, you
chameleons,
do
get
this
those
to get
bitches,
girls,
get those
right?
chameleon bitches?
Yeah, I got.
How are the chameleon bitches at?
They're-
How are they at?
They're all.
Get the
okay,
ones who
so
want the chameleons.
I've got like 9 juvenile females that I'm
I
still
was talking about
raising up
humans,
to.
but
Oh,
Ooh.
that's that's private matters, Rafter.
Those
Oh,
are things
okay,
in which
okay.
we don't talk about at
that
these times.
implies that you're pulling some bitches with this chameleon. This is chameleon pimping.
Big pimpin' chameleons.
You sitting there, you come in, hey little fucking tiger motherfucker, you gonna
I wanna bring up
today.
our chameleon pussy sponsors, Jared. If you wanna plug your,
ChameleonPussies.com. You get the
of course we got ChameleonPussies.com. Everybody knows that.
finest chameleon pussies.
We already said ChameleonPussies.com, but what's Jared's plugs?
Tell them about your thing.
Tell them about your things.
Yeah, hey, just
Oh,
tell them about
what's your
company.
business
Hey,
called,
tell
fucking
them your
Mr.
company
CEO?
shit. Yeah,
All right.
throw that out.
So
People might want to buy that shit.
Well, my business name is BWO Blue World Order.
Blue World Order, man.
I'm
How much you like chameleon fucking the chameleons be going for like on average?
I would buy
so
chameleon
everybody wants
today.
the males, and males will range from like $250 to like $500 a male.
Ooh, fuck.
Hey, man.
And you want to take care of them properly, right? So you got to buy a screened cage, especially because you want ventilation. Because in the wild, they're going to be up in the trees. You're going to have, wind blowing through the trees,
of course.
etc. Right? And then you're definitely with an indoor setup, you want to do like UVB, a UVB fixture as well as a basking fixture.
Oh, okay.
And
Right kind of light.
Yep, right kind of lights. And then you're also going to need to water them, and they don't drink standing water like a dog or a cat would.
It's gonna be like running water.
Running water. So whether that be with, a hand pump sprayer or an automated misting system.
Have
that
you ever
sort
like
of thing.
Sounds like growing weed.
Kind of, yeah.
In
Sounds a lot
ways
like
it
growing
is.
weed.
In a lot of ways it is.
It does.
I gotta grow weed with these panther chameleons, man. It's
Yeah.
really hard. They need like sunlight at the right time.
I need 20 chameleons, dude.
Well, we're gonna end up finishing up tonight. It seems to be about that time that we really make ourselves a drink and hang out for a bit. Bubbajaredequite, we want to thank
Before
you for
we
having
go-
it on. What do you want to say, my friend?
Before we go, for those that don't know,
Who don't know?
August 25th and 26th, San Jose at the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds.
Right
on
there off Tully in Monterey.
Yes, sir. There's going to be the San Jose Reptile Show. Go check it out.
Bubba, you gonna be there?
It'll be a blast. I'm definitely going to go check it out. I'm not vending this year,
No?
but I will go check it out.
I've heard that you've done vending though before, huh?
Hit up Egate for
Yeah.
all your chameleon needs. He's got the fucking gaseous tiger chameleons to get you on those fucking.
One
get
more
you the good
time,
shit.
Blue World Order.
Blue World Order.
Blue World Order, Bubbajaredequite. We're really
definitely
happy to
check
have
out-
you on. We also want to thank Bert for coming on. It was nice of him to bring John over, and we got to hang out with him for a bit. But another episode of Hanging from the Rafters seems to be coming to an end, and I think, as per usual, we're probably going to have Austin sing.
And then the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. I can't remember fucking. He'd say, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em.
Know when to fold 'em.
There we go.
Know when to walk away.
Know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table.
There'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done.
That was good.
Have fun.